gonna give a quick walkthrough and review. This is my first camper. I had some expectations because I always research a lot. I used it once last year, and this is my first real trip, especially trip with kids. We did have 5 people in here, me, 2 teenagers, and 2 kids, 9 and 10. And we still had room, and we were super comfortable. So to that part, it's good. The setup was really easy, and it got better each time. The kids helped some, but you know, they're kids and they get distracted. If it were just me, I could back in and probably really like less than 10 minutes. I would even venture to say 5. I could have it up and ready to just sleep in if I weren't going to set up lots of creature comforts. So I'll give a quick spin around. So inside is great. It looks great. There's a bench seat over here and here, and those can fold out into another bed. So that's that one's an RV queen or RV full, whatever. The sizing is so dumb. The 2 benches, it came with this table. Table's fine, whatever. Show the other bunk. So yeah, I mean, as far as just your basic sleeping, hanging out, it's great. The kitchen area here, there's a 2-burner under here, which I probably won't use much, and the sink. The sink was something I didn't think would be very useful, or you know, just felt like kind of gimmicky, but we used it a lot. The hookup we had last night, we had water, or the last 2 nights, we had water, and it was great. Like, just when we were cooking, you could just come in and wash your hands, and brush your teeth, and all that stuff. The big star has been this little cooler sized fridge. It runs off the 12 volt, so you can run it off the battery. Before I left, I realized that it had a Bluetooth symbol on it, so I found that there's an app for it, and you can control it, so I could turn it on and make sure it was cool from outside. That's assuming I leave it hooked in. So that was really nice. It did work really well. It kept everything cold. It was so hot, we were just going through ice like crazy. My only issue with it is the wheels. There's little nubs that stick out on the axles, and you can see on either side it hits those. So I might try to find like some rubber strip or something to put along that to prevent that. Other things, here's the heater. The first time I took it out, the heater didn't work. Actually, almost nothing on this worked, brand new. Everything had to be rewired. You couldn't run the fridge because that was only a 2 amp circuit in there to run the fridge. It was a mess. It's got a few, it also has a USB port there too, so if you need to charge with USB. So over here we've got another 12 volt USB heater control. The AC outlets, those only work when you're on shore power, so something to keep in mind. My CO and propane detector failed already, so that's a new one that I replaced it with. Kind of frustrating. Alright, so now some kind of nits to pick. These seals never go down right. You gotta climb in underneath. That's kind of frustrating. These step things, they don't actually have support. So, like, and that one, the staple's coming out. So just like that, some of the build quality is pretty shitty. While I do like the sink, I could kind of do without the burner. And what that would do is open this up. So if just the sink folded, because this has to fold down to close it up, which is kind of tricky. Let me back up here. There was another storage thing here that stood up that you had to hinge down. So the fact that you had to hinge it down made it so that you couldn't permanently keep anything in there. So it's kind of useless. And it blocks the doorway. So when it's closed up, you have all this room here that you could put stuff in, but you can't access it. So without lifting the top all the way up, flipping this up, flipping that up, and then you can get in here. It was really a pain in the butt. So what I would change, if I were to remake this layout, this is fine. This is, I mean, I keep all of the hookup stuff there. That's great. And the vacuum, which I'm going to vacuum here in a minute. The burner inside, I don't know. I'm fine to just cook outside. And honestly, I think if I were to do something like this again, I'd do the electric different and just use like an induction burner. I would keep the sink, but with this whole thing flips down, so then it blocks your fridge. So you can't just quick lift the top up a couple inches, slide your fridge out, and access it. If this ended here or here, and just this part flipped down, so good. You could open it up, get into your fridge, use this storage. That would be fantastic. So if I keep this, I might try to make a new one of these that's half size, take this out, keep an induction burner handy, and then go from there. So that's inside. One other little really annoying thing, there's nowhere to store your travel door. Like, I've seen other campers that had like a place outside that you can hang it, and maybe there is. Manuals on this stuff are shit. Like, for all of the money that you put into it, when you buy it, when I bought this, I got nothing on the RV itself, and I got little things on the components, like the heater component and the fridge component, which didn't even talk about the Bluetooth, the charge controller, but nothing about like, here's how you pop it out, here's how this goes, here's where this stores. Like, put a little effort in, guys. People spend good money on this stuff. Put some effort in. All right, moving outside. So the door, kind of hard to put in. I've gotten better at it, and it's fine. Like I said, my big gripe with the door is there's no place for the travel door. The awning, it's great to have the awning. I love it. I love it when it's out. But my big issue with the awning is it hangs over your outside lighting. So like, the lighting needs to either be moved out, or something needs to support the awning. Even when the awning is out, the bag hangs down and covers the lights. So I had to tuck it up underneath. It's a little thing, but it is frustrating. I had always heard things about quality, like RV build quality, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. Oh, it's that bad. I mean, it's simple things like this. Is that straight? Nope. Is the air conditioner straight? Nope. It's just kind of jacked up. Let's see, going around. Anything else? That's the only thing I really have a gripe about. Like I said, the setup for me is really straightforward. I do have a little drip of a leak here on the water, but looking at the other people at camp, mine had like a drip every minute. Some people were just spraying out a little bit the whole time, which I would have just turned it off. That seems really wasteful. I hate to waste stuff. The jack, I'm kind of on. You have to take the wheel off, which is frustrating. It won't go up high enough to clear. Otherwise, the outside I'm pretty happy with. It looks good. You can see up top I've added rails and my kayak rack. It's nice. I've also added this thing. Hi. So now that we've been in this a minute, and I'm looking at what our next step will be, I have a few things that I would definitely change. If I were building this out, I talked about the accessing the storage and things I'd move. Keep the sink, which I didn't think I'd like. Probably get rid of the burner, which I did think I'd like. So that's a big change. The AC only runs off shore power through the whole thing. I know it would be expensive, but that is something I would definitely look at doing different. I've been looking at van build outs and I've seen 12-volt air conditioners, and so it seems to me that if you did a 12-volt AC, like run the whole thing on 12-volt, you could get a big bank of batteries, you know, 400 amp hour or whatever. I'd have to do all the math to fully set that out, but run everything on the 12-volt, run the 12-volt AC. You'd still have your shore power, you know, just do the transformer to do that. That would be good. So my big changes are change the layout so you can store stuff in it. Build quality, it's bad, and I'm not even good at like handy things like that. There's a lot that's bad on here. The door design could be better. Someplace to store the travel door would be huge. And one change they have made, I noticed, this is a 2022. In 2024, they have a higher axle and they use 15-inch wheels versus the 12s. If this were something that I'm going to keep, I would definitely put lift blocks on it and go up to a 15-inch wheel and tire, because the 12s just kind of worry me a little on the highway, and then just as a whole clearance and stuff would be better. The same with, you know, that everything else goes to kind of supporting that, making it more usable in a wider variety of places. The 12-volt Aero would be super nice, you know, even just for a minute. You know, even if we ran it for just a little bit, we go and race BMX. If we came back from a race, could just run the Aero wherever and not have to be on shore power for just an hour to get like some relief, and then open it back up would be great. Overall, it's been really enjoyable. The kids all fit, we all fit. I would have no trouble throwing, you know, 4 adults, if not 6, depending on how, you know, comfortable you are with each other in here, and just having a good time.
Do you have a vacuum?
We do have a vacuum. Grandma Kim got this for me for Christmas. How high power? Full high power. Well, crap. So this broke right away. And this is missing a screw.
I did see a screw on the ground.
Did you?
2 screws.
Well, there are now. I just dropped those. Okay, I'm gonna try to fix this.
I think I might
real
have
quick.
picked it up.
I'm gonna put these in for now. I doubt that it's gonna hold it. Okay, that needs. First things first, let's just get. Oh, fudge.
Toothpicking new technique. Here you go.
Deal with that. Okay, we're gonna put all this down. Moves here. This flips down. So, and this is persnickety. You gotta put that leg. Take the shepherd's hooks out.
Just halfway.
Flip this flat.
Oh.
And then unzip that zip halfway. Then take this safety.
Hey, that's not a spider. I don't know what that thing is. Oh, I just found a new bug. Look.
They put this here to let you do it with a drill. Oh, it did go this time. My problem is that weld already busted, so I can't bring it up. There you go. Keep it rolling. Keep going. Okay, that's it. Hold on.